Hey guys, thanks for clicking on Down Home Pursuit. We got a good show for you today. I got Sam in the back seat, my son, and my name is Billy Jake. So we appreciate you clicking on our video. We're going mushroom hunting today. We're loaded up, and it's late March here in Oklahoma, and the morel mushrooms are popping. We know they are. We've heard they are from other social media and things like that. So we're going out to check some of my spots that I've found mushrooms before, and I'm also going to give you a few tips on how to find mushrooms. And but we're going to get out here and see if we can find some. Woo-wee, here we go. Okay, guys, we just got into the woods, and Sam spotted some mushrooms already. So we're going to go up here and pick them. And we actually just got in the woods, and it's a well-known spot of mine, and so they're producing this year. What made me find this spot was the drainage, like how the creek drains, and there's elevation change here, so that's a couple of pointers on where to look for mushrooms. But here we go, we're gonna go pick some now. There's one behind it, and we can see them on up the trail there. So Sam's gonna go ahead and pick this one, and our bag is filling up quick here. Big ones, huh? They're real fresh too. Fresh big mushrooms. Ooh, we're excited. These are large fresh mushrooms. I'm putting them in a bag here. I like to use this. I've been told, I'm not really a pro, but I've been told that if you use a bag like this, it'll disperse the spores and you know, make your spot better. When you carry this around, the spores fall out of the mushrooms. So that's my plan here. We'll see if you know, that's really truth or not. It's just what I've heard. But we got Sam over here who's found another mushroom right under your feet. You see it, Sam? He's also hung in the briars. Need some help, don't you? Yeah. Ooh, look at that one you found, Sam. Check it out. Ooh, digging. Okay, my first tip, tip number one is look at places that you've previously found mushrooms. I know if you're new to it, you're not gonna have this, but always remember in your mind where you found them at previous years, and always check those spots first, because a lot of times, you know, a good spot is a good spot for a reason. And I've had them change over the years, but generally, if you found them in previous years, you'll find them in the same spot. So previous finds, tip number one. A couple of nice ones here. Those are large mushrooms. I mean, they're the size of my hand. So I know I always make sure they're hollow. You always want a hollow mushroom. That's a true morel, is hollow. So I mean, I'm new. I'm not a pro, but I got one specific species I chase, and it's the morel mushroom. Can you put it in a bag? I got one too right here. Our bag's getting a lot fuller. It's a pretty good sized bag already. Oh, no. There might be a pound in there already. Yeah. Put it in a bag.
Like that. Like that.
A lot of people will tell you that if you leave that root system, it will grow more mushrooms. But I've heard it both ways. When Sam's with me, I'll let him pick them any way he wants to, as long as he just grabs them. But to keep them cleaner, you can just cut that off. It'll keep it cleaner in your bag. When you put it in your bag, it'll keep it a lot cleaner. I've heard that if you'll cut them off and leave the root system, that more will grow in following years. But truth or myth, who knows? I got a couple of twins I found here. Sam just put another one in the bag. There's one. He's pulling that root off. keep it clean inside there. Pull that root off. Yeah, it'll keep her bag cleaner. It'll be easier to wash. Just pull that whole thing off. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, tip number 2 is look for like a creek runoff, like where water runs off. So water runoff, like after a big rain, if the water will kind of flow naturally through the terrain, that's a good spot to start looking in creeks. And it's funny because not necessarily in the creek always, but look up on the side of the creek. So that's my number 2 tip is water runoff areas. And you know, you can find mushrooms. I found them in areas that just don't match any of my tips, but over the years you'll find good spots, and I'm just trying to lead you to where you might have a little more success. Another one over here.
That's right.
Go ahead and pick it and we'll put it in the bag. Sam, go ahead and pick it and we'll put it in the bag.
But,
That's a nice one. Easy. Yeah. Okay, guys, my tip number 3 is cedar trees. If you live in Oklahoma, focus on cedar trees. It may be different in other parts of the world or wherever you're at, but in here where I live, when I focus on cedar trees, I tend to find a lot more mushrooms. So tip number 3, cedar trees. Right over there. You go around this way to get to them. We spotted some more over here. Right over here, look. Over here. Oh my gosh, there's like 4 of them. Hold it up here. Let's see that one.
wait. No, we know.
All right, so we've stopped to take a break, have us a little snack, and you know, we packed a lunch today, so we've got a lot of goodies with us. Of course, if you watched Down Home Pursuit before, you know we're gonna eat. So, and then the whole point of finding these mushrooms is gonna be to eat. So that's what we like to do. You can tell by looking at me, I like to eat. But my hunting partner over here, my mushroom hunting partner, he got hungry. So he's over here tearing up a bologna sandwich. Dude is eating more than me. So the kid's growing. And we're getting a little leg work out of him today chasing these morel mushrooms, so we're gonna get back after them. Okay guys, me and Sam are back out here, and we had a good lunch. We ate some bologna sandwiches, and Sam devoured that thing, man. He ate a lot of food, so he's got a lot of energy now. He's ready to go. And we're back at one of my spots. You can see there's cedar trees in the background. There's also elevation change back here, so there's some things I've keyed on before finding this place in the past. So my tip number 4, I believe it is, tip number 4. It is going to be, drum roll, timing. So timing is the most, probably the most, it should be tip number 1, but timing is probably the most critical thing. In Oklahoma, we go by the red buds. When they bloom, it's time to look. And it's not necessarily when they bud, but when they bloom and make an open flower, like a bloom, that is time. There's a lot of other indicators. Other mushroomers will tell you different things, but my indicators is when the red buds bloom here in Oklahoma. And another good indicator is when the Bermuda grass starts to get a little green and the trees get a little green. The oak trees, when they get a little green. But timing, if you can find timing and you can walk, do lots of walking. Actually, that's going to be tip number 5. Lots of ground. Cover lots of ground, lots of walking. So walking as far as just covering a lot of ground when the timing is right. And then you'll have that bank in your head of places you found them before. So we're going to get back after them.
But,
You put it in the bag. put it in the bag. And pinch it off right here like this. I'll get all that dirt, keep our bag clean. Find some?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
So Sam found some here. You can see another one on up the trail up there. But if you notice, one of my tips is involved here. There's a cedar on this side. There's cedars all the way down this run here. There's cedars to my left and right. So that pertains to one of my tips, the cedar trees. So we got 2 there and 1 up ahead.
Yeah. Oh my.
Okay, once again, we got a cedar tree here, and Sam is on point over here. Get in there and get them. There's 2 right there.
Yeah.
Can you get them?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can hand them to me. Break them off at the stem down there. Yeah, there you go. Here you go. You hand them to me?
Mama.
Hand it to me and then you can get the other one.
Mama here.
You get another one?
Mama here.
There you go, that boy. You gonna come all the way out with them? All right. Good job. Let me see those. Hey, hold them up here. I want to see them. Woo-wee. Can you, let me hear your yee-yee. Yeah, mushrooms, baby. Sam's gonna put them in a bag. We got a pretty good little load on this. See, we emptied our bag a while ago, and then we've started back up. So we've got a bigger bag in the truck that we're emptying, so we don't have to carry them around. All right, well, me and Sam found this big old bag of mushrooms, and he had a great time out here. Got to play in the mud a little bit. Actually, he found like every mud hole from here to everywhere we went. He knows every mud hole now, so he got good and muddy, and we had a great day out here. Thank God for a great day. It's all the new life is coming back. Like the trees are blooming, the grass is turning green. It's just beautiful out here. The sun's shining, cool, crisp air, and warm sun. And you just can't beat it. It's good for the soul. But we got some work to do now. We're going to take these mushrooms home and fry them up. There ain't no real wrong way to fry them. You can go buttermilk, flour, and then grease, or you can do egg, flour, then grease, or milk, flour, and then grease. It don't matter. As long as you're eating them, they are delicious if you eat them. They're so tasty to eat. But anyway, I hope that you learned some tips from me. I'm no expert. There's lots of experts and material out there to read, but I hope I gave you a few tips to help you find a few more mushrooms. You know, then if you're new, maybe you'll pick up a couple of tips from me. But it's not a lazy man's hobby. It's a lot of walking, through the brush and stuff to find them. So anyway, I appreciate y'all watching the show. Until next time, my name's Billy Jake, and this is Sam, and we're over and out.